Welcome back. FedEx founder and CEO Fred Smith is publicly pushing back against the charge that FedEx paid $0 in federal income tax in 2018. The New York Times published an investigation using the company as a case study of how corporations lobbied for tax cuts, promising they would spur investment, and then used the new rules to decrease their tax bill, in FedEx's case, to nothing. Smith challenged the Times to a debate and has now published an op-ed in the Journal. FedEx delivers billions to the tax man. He wrote in that article, quote, "Over the past 5 years, we paid more than $10 billion in U.S. taxes. After the temporary effect of capital expensing wears off, I expect FedEx will pay billions more from the earnings produced by our investments. The recent slowdown in capital expenditures is, in my opinion, due to trade disputes and the attendant global slowdown."
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember FedEx released their earnings in 2017 in December, and it was the same day that tax bill was moving through Congress, and they laid it out. I mean, they put the whole thing out there, the money they were going to give to employees, the capital expenditures, comments on the tax bill and all the plans they had in place. Full expensing is such a big part of what is being debated here, and you have this 5-year window with this full expensing, and they very much jumped on that. You have seen them pull back this year on some of their investments, and they have said over and over again it has to do with the trade flows. Air freight data has been terrible this year.
And that clearly affects their business significantly, so it's difficult to argue with that being a factor and why they would have spent a little bit less on CapEx. Also hard to argue if he says we would have ordered fewer new Boeing planes than otherwise with that particular point. Doesn't really mention buybacks, which clearly has been a factor in this as well. Which they've been doing for years, but again, it definitely confuses the story a little bit. I also, this bit sort of struck me a little bit. If his justification is correct, that they did spend more on CapEx, and then since then, if it's gone down, it's because of the trade war. He also says, when I met with Mr. Trump on a couple of occasions, I never discussed tax reform with him, although we did talk about other public policy matters. That's irrelevant if your argument's correct. So that sort of strikes me as a bit of an odd comment to try and spin in as if he needed to say that in the first place.